Guess it's vlog time. Where are we going?
Frederick Fiber Fest.
Frederick Fiber Fest.
Frederick Fiber Fest. Frederick Fiber Fest. Frederick Fiber Fest. Frederick. Oh.
Okay, so the Frederick Fiber Fest is a festival here in Maryland, obviously in Frederick. It is held twice a year. I think it started at the Frederick.
Is it really?
Yeah, Frederick News Post. Remember the first year we went? It was at the newspaper place.
Only time I've been. Have you been since they moved it to the fairgrounds?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so now it's at the fairgrounds, and they do a spring and a fall festival.
And there's a kid there.
There's a kids section, and Hazel wants to get her face painted. So yeah, I am working on a crochet blanket for Miss Moore.
And I am working on keeping my family alive.
Driving.
Keeping my hands at 10 and 2, like a good little driver.
All right, so Frederick Fiber Fest, fall version 2022. So if you ever come to Maryland Sheep and Wool, that's the tower in the back field, and there is the fairgrounds. Hard to see, sorry, but yes, that is where Maryland is held at. All right, let's keep on trucking. And the Alpaca Festival. Oh yeah, which I will be demonstrating my circular sock machine, y'all. So if you want to come out and see me, see the machine, I'll be at the Alpaca Festival, which is at Howard County Fairgrounds, and that's November, I believe, 11th and 12th. All right, back to the road. Watch for cars, Ben.
I love
Sockies. Frogget yarn. Yeah. So we're here to round up.
You can't do funny stuff and then hit play, dude.
Okay, well, apparently I was funny.
She was.
We went to
Frederick Fiber Fest
2022, and there's a save the date. Ready? This is the 2 barns and all the locations and all the vendors, which is online. But the save the date for spring 2023, Saturday, April 22nd, because it is a 1-day event. 1 day. So, oh, I got a shirt too. I'll show you the back of the shirts, because these are soft shirts.
They are.
All kinds of fibery goodness.
All kinds.
It was.
All kinds.
All kinds.
All
All right. So we have a haul to show. Of course, we had the apple crisp sundae, which was really good. Hazel had an Oreo.
Nope. Brownie.
A brownie sundae.
Yeah.
And Jen from Barley Hops and Yarn had the cocoa mocha.
Cocoa coffee
Cocoa.
milkshake.
Yeah. And she said that was very good. So we don't have those to show you, obviously. But we have other stuff to show you. I was trying to make my way around, buy stuff from people I haven't purchased from before. So that's kind of what I did a lot of. Well, I guess let's just start. First, I'm not going in any order. I'm going on the top of the pile and working down. I did some damage because I didn't really buy anything at New York or really Shenandoah. But that's okay.
I think I bought enough for everybody.
Yeah.
Shenandoah.
All right, so we hit Amy's Trinket Shop again, or at least I did. I have a pin for a friend that I can't show because I know they watch this podcast. But I also did pie pom-poms. I figured Hayes...
pom-poms?
I pied pom-poms.
Pied.
I figured Hayes is getting into the age that she might like a cool pom-pom on her hat. I mean, she probably would have when she was little.
That?
I don't know. 25.
Okay.
So I got a cool pink one, and I got this black one. It has like white tips on it. I didn't open it, so.
Don't I recall you closing me on buying a pom-pom maker?
No.
Didn't you buy a pom-pom maker?
I have pom-pom makers, but...
It's a little ball thing that you make pom-poms with. Mm-hmm. And I remember specifically being in a place and you're like, it's a pom-pom maker!
Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. What does it look like? Because I don't even know what
you
you're
put the
talking
yarn
about.
in it, and then you cut it, and then you get it out, and
you know why I needed it? I needed the jumbo one to make our costume for Halloween like 4 years ago. So,
right,
if that's what
valid.
you're remembering, I don't know. All right, so some pom-poms. So, let's just put that off to the side. Do you want to show something you purchased? We'll go back and forth. Because you bought a few things.
I did buy a few things.
All right, go ahead.
It's impossible for me to see Jewel and not buy something from Jewel. She makes some pretty groovy stuff, and I got Hazel a little shawl pin for the shawls that her mom makes her. That's a loud package, I do apologize, but I will. She makes some pretty groovy stuff, man.
Mm-hmm. It is really neat.
I think I almost have purchased at least one of everything that she makes.
Yeah. I mean, maybe not every design, but the type of clip or clasp.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
and
pretty
Quill
cool.
said that she was going to use it too. And I said...
Yeah, because Hayes ain't always going to use it. So.
Yeah.
All right, so then we stopped by Painted Pastures. They make soap and bath bombs and lotions and stuff. So this one is totally... Oh, they're from Smithsburg, Maryland.
Dirty hippie.
Stop it. Orange patchouli. Mm-hmm. Made with goat's milk, olive oil, coconut oil, rice bran, and all kinds of other stuff. But they're on Facebook. You can find them there, it says. And Hayes, of course, wanted a bath bomb. So she bought a goat's milk bath bomb. And this is eucalyptus mint. I don't know if she really knows what the smell was. I think she was going more for this cute flower. So, but, oh, they're on Instagram too. So I'll try to remember to put all the links for all the people down below. Should I go again since I bought more stuff?
Whatever.
Well, you bought that. You can show that if you'd like.
So, I bought a Christmas gift for a very good friend of ours that it screamed, hey, this should be for her as soon as I saw it. Mm-hmm. It's another shawl clasp thing with these little like hammered brass earrings with the little black danglies. And
Yes.
it's got a black thingy-majigger, and she does this stuff with this little, like, fine wire and all that stuff. It's MAB Elements. Never seen her before. She was very friendly. She was very nice. And, yeah, I hope my friend likes it.
I think so. MAB Elements. Yeah, that is the name because it's on the list. I see it. All right, so we had seen Haynes' house there, Terry and Brian, and I did not realize that their daughter is also a maker, and it's Queen Sheeba Beauty. So I did not know that. Queen Sheeba Beauty. And Hayes was smelling all the things, and she decided she wanted this French vanilla whipped foaming scrub. So I was like, that's pretty cool. And it smells really good, and it's just, yeah, like a scrub. So, yeah, that was cool. They had lotions and scrubs and body oils, which I've never actually used a body oil, but, yeah, so could have done that. But I didn't buy any more. I was being pretty conservative, just because. I'll show one more thing. So,
Okay.
I had seen this person on Instagram. I think I saw them though somewhere else first, but I can't remember. So Companion Fiber, handcrafted in West Virginia. So that's the company. She makes a monster companion kit. So it comes with all the stuff. So this is for the big monster. I can't remember how much I paid. It comes with everything except needles, but you get the fur, which is a Knit Picks yarn. You get like the yarn to make little ears or horns, and there's buttons to make eyes, and this is all the stuffing. If I can find a picture from her Instagram, I'll put it in here for you guys to see what they'll look like. Hazel picked this one. They had large and small, and you can buy them pre-made also, so you don't even have to make them. But Hazel really liked this color, so we purchased that one.
It was funny. She had, I walked by there and I didn't see the name of the business or whatever, but she had all those like rovings and the little circulars.
Oh.
And I saw one that said Dolly Sods, and I was like, oh, is that after Dolly Sods in West Virginia? And she's like, everything here is from West Virginia. And then I saw the handcrafted in West Virginia right on her logo, and I felt like a dingleberry. So
She was super nice. She was
was.
really, really nice. So I'm hoping we'll see her again at another festival. But like I said, I'll insert all the information. All right, you want to show your edible purchases?
my edible purchases? Sure, man.
All right.
I came across a place called Scravel Creek Farm, and they do local honey, homemade jam, and farm fresh eggs. They are out of Myersville, Maryland, which is country, Maryland. Like, it's out west, way past, like, almost to Deep Creek. But check this out. We love honey.
We do.
We love honey. We're like Pooh Bear. We
And
need
it's
a Pooh
big.
Bear.
I mean, in comparison
Yeah, it is.
to,
Yeah, it is.
it's huge. And it comes with the honey stick. I don't know what you call them. What are they called?
A honey stick.
So this is wildflower honey. I know you can get all different kinds of honey, but this is wildflower honey because you can get all the different, I don't know, there's differences.
It's local-ish. It's regional. And they say that local honeys are good for allergies because the bees do the things with the stuff.
Summer
Still
Harvest
Maryland.
2022.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
And then the young lady I was talking to was from New Jersey. But she had the accent. I was like, you're not originally from Western Maryland. And she was like, no. So then we got to talking about grapes and how she can't get good grapes down here, and that they're better up there and all that stuff. I was like, yeah, I know what you mean, because the blueberries like up in Maine are like, their blueberry jams are my favorite. And she's like, you need to try this then. That it's a blueberry jam that she makes. Dee's homemade Garden State blueberry jam. She's like, I will put this blueberry jam up against any Maine blueberry jam. So,
Oh boy.
she could have just been saying that to get me to buy it, but I got a feeling it's going to be pretty dang good.
It's probably going to be good. And it comes
Yeah.
with a little spoon.
It does come
Oh,
with a little
cool.
spoon. Is it left-handed?
It's no-handed.
Yeah. So I got jam and honey.
Yep. All right. So I had seen this idea circulating, I think, social media not too long ago, but I can't remember. But it's a kind of like a choose your own adventure kit for knitting a shawl. So they had kits there, and of course, I'm not always a sucker for a kit, but I was a sucker for a kit. So I bought this kit. You get dice, you get a pattern, you get a bunch of mini skeins. It's 588 yards of yarn, and it's roll the dice shawl, pattern included. And I'm pretty sure the name of their company was on the back side of this. So hold on one second. Appalachian Fibers at Cabin Run. So Appalachian Fibers at Cabin Run. It has like a phone number. I guess you can order online or appointment only to go wherever they run their business out of. So I was excited. So you roll the dice to tell you if you're doing a lace row or a garter row and how many rows of it you're going to do. And it'll be a triangle shawl, a basic triangle shawl where you're increasing at the center and at the ends, I believe. So that's exciting. These are totally like my colors. I was a little nervous. Like I was looking at them later and I was like, oh, these two kind of look the same, but on camera they really don't. Maybe these two. But at the same time, with it being a choose your own adventure, I feel like even if two of the colors butt up next to one another, I was thinking of like pulling a mini skein that's like super wild, like pink or something, and adding it in and getting rid of one of these. But I'm not. I'm going to use the kit that it came, this, you know, how it came. So it's going to be fun. I'm excited. Also, we got to see Frogget Yarns again, which is the, what did we call it? A van? It's not a van again. A camper van? A camper van, but it wasn't really, it's not a camper van. They travel with their, it's like a yarn shop a traveling yarn shop pretty much. And so I went in and I talked to them. I keep forgetting to get their names, but I got a picture. They just got a new little Boston Terrier puppy. I'm going to insert a picture here. The husband told the wife, she was like, he was like, no, you don't get to be in the picture. Her and I are the ones that have the cranking machines. So it was me and him and their puppy, and that was really cute. But that was the first thing Hazel wanted to go into. And as soon as we went into it, I had seen their Christmas colorway. And I was like, I need to do a loop first. That's what I wanted to do. It's a small festival, only 2 rows of barns. I wanted to do my loop, which I said, if it's still here when I come back, I will buy it. And there was one left. And I bought it.
You bought it.
Frogget Yarns. This is Cozy Christmas. And I just thought it was, she showed me a sample. It knits up kind of micro stripey, and I love that. So I am very, very excited. This is the super sock set 75-25, and it's 550 yards total. So cool. I'm so excited. I needed a Christmas colorway for this year, so now I have it. Now I need to decide, am I going to crank it or am I going to hand knit it? I should roll the dice. Tell me what to do.
Dice.
All right.
I have a purchase that I have nothing to show for.
But it was pretty funny, so go ahead.
I got a wild hair up my hiney and went to Wool and Vinyl and got to meet those young ladies again. They're fun. We met them at the Rhinebecks, and then they were set up there vending yesterday. So their whole thing is they do colorways all based off of songs. And I like that they have yarn and inside of a record as their little logo.
Yeah.
It makes sense with the name.
Yeah.
Wool and Vinyl.
Wool and Vinyl.
They do, all of their colorways are all song names. So I went and looked in there and found a song. I don't remember what song it was, but I was like, all right, I asked her for permission if I could do a small game, and it was going to be a little disruptive. She's like, sure. So I was like, all right, anybody that can find this
I don't remember what
colorway or this song by the time I count to 30, I'll buy it for you.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of like a little mini feeding frenzy. Everybody was like
looking at labels and
looking through it and
Yeah.
all that stuff. And somebody found it with like 6 seconds left to go. So they
you
got
bought
that
was cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
So I made my own set of colors for a whole project, because there's many times we go to these festivals and I'll buy a single skein or I'll buy whatever. I mean, this doesn't really count because I know it's gonna be a pair of socks, so it doesn't really count as like a single skein. Also, like my set for the shawl is it's a pre-planned project. It's a kit. I don't have to I didn't buy any single skeins. I was so good. I'm gonna insert a picture here. I think the pattern is called Loomis. I could be wrong. I will correct it. But it takes 2 solid color skeins. I mean, you could use anything. You don't have to follow that. You can be creative, right? You can do whatever you want. It's your knitting. It's your project. And 1, other skein. So in the sample...
So now that hand's going to start moving. Can you talk without your hands? Are you Italian secretly?
No. Okay. So in the sample, it's gray, and it has like this crazy pinkish colorway. So the first thing I did is I picked my contrast color. And I did come up with a couple sets though, and ultimately I went back to the first one that I was drawn to. So this is
Frankenstein song.
Feed My Frankenstein. Who was that? Alice Cooper.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Feed 'em my... Remember, it was also on the Wayne's World soundtrack. Do you remember that?
Oh.
Yeah.
Was it the first one or the second one?
Oh, God, I don't know. Okay. Feed My Frankenstein. This is so pretty. Okay. And then I was holding it up against all the solids because I didn't know what I was going to do. And I put it up next to this, and it was a dead ringer, and I was like, this is it. I'm buying it. Done.
All the girl's crazy for a sharp dressed man.
So that is called Sharp Dress Man, and that's going to be my color palette. I love it! I don't have this color sweater, like a blue, like a dark blue. So that'll be fun. Yay! That's our purchases. That was it.
Do we want to talk about the one that never came to fruition?
I don't even know.
So, I had a revelation the other day. I don't know why I didn't realize that this was a possibility, but it's totally a possibility. So, Quill has given me the opportunity to pick my own pattern for a sweater.
Oh, yeah.
So...
I was like, where are you going with this?
In almost 10 years, she has made me 2 sweaters, none of which I had any say in. She was like, I'm making you these. So it's been way more stressful than I thought it would be. And I don't even have to make it because
I don't stressful.
Want to...
Picking a pattern.
Yeah.
Matching yarn.
I don't want to...
We know this.
I want to make sure that she likes making me stuff because she knows I'm going to use it. I'm going to wear it. I've told her, I don't buy it to look at it. So, the gloves that she makes me, they get messed up. And the hats that she makes me, they get messed up because I wear them all the time. Mm-hmm. I've never been a pull-over sweater person in my entire life. I like cardigans, and I just got a cardigan. I think you've seen it once or twice.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it to heck. But I didn't realize that you could make a hoodie. And there are... I wear the shit. Sorry. I wear the HE double hockey sticks out of hoodies. Mm-hmm. So we found a hoodie pattern.
I can insert a picture here.
And I think I'm going to... I think I'm going to pull the trigger. Mm-hmm. Things I've wanted. It's between a cabled cardigan, a traditional Irish cabled cardigan, which she's not too stoked about. A pullover sweater, believe it or not, after everything you just heard me say, a pullover sweater. I fell for a Stephen West thing, and I'm like, But if I do that, I'm gonna want to dye. It's very colorful.
Yeah, I'll insert a picture of the one you're talking about.
And
The other one
I would
want
to dye all the individual
pieces
for that one.
Yeah.
Or we got to see the master of tweed.
The master of tweed.
The master of tweed. Tweety Bird herself. Melissa at Rising Tide Fibers.
Mm-hmm.
And I had yarn.
Yeah.
Sweaters quantity worth, but she didn't have enough of everything, and we didn't know exactly what we needed and all that stuff. She's like, John, stop. Put it back. You don't have to buy it all right now. Go on my site, and I'll make it for you. I was like, what?
Because she does sweater quantity orders at a discounted price.
Yes.
So, and it would all be dyed in the same batch and whatnot, so it would all be more cohesive in general.
But see, so like, if I went with the Stephen West pattern, I would want to make all the yarn myself.
Yeah.
But if I go with the hoodie, I don't. I want her yarn. I want a Rising Tide Fiber Company hoodie. That's weird, but I don't know why. Just because I admire her.
It's gonna be heavy. You realize it's it's technically a probably heavy worsted because you're holding 2 strands of DK together and then you're marling it.
That's going to be a lot of yarn.
It is a lot of yarn.
DK held double. So we're talking what, 10 skeins probably?
Well, it said like 2,800 yards for the largest size. And DK weight skeins are like 200
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we'll
it's a
figure
lot.
that out. But I want it to look like perfect.
Yeah.
It's going to be pretty dope. I've never seen anybody with a tweed hoodie before.
There might be. You did. I didn't see any in the project pages when we were looking at that sweater.
Yeah.
That hoodie. All right. Yeah.
I would be
Dream
honored
knitting,
to
I
have her
guess.
on my body. Her yarn on my body.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to go on our website and I'm going to do it.
I got to download the pattern first so I can get the exact yardage so I know we have enough.
But Frederick was fun. We left there. We went with Barbie Parts and Yarn and went to a brewery around the corner.
Iridium.
Yep. It's in a place called
Knitting
something
Mills.
Something Knitting Mills.
Yeah, that was weird. I found that interesting.
Yeah, I don't know the history on it.
Me neither.
But we had a couple of adult beverages and then we came home.
Yep. It was a good time. I really, like I said, we had only went to Frederick one time before, and it was held at the Frederick News Post. And then this last 2 years, I think, or the last 2 festivals have been at the fairgrounds, but they had been going back and forth before then. So I think they're trying to officially make it at the fairgrounds every year because just ease of having the location already.
The great
ready.
Frederick Fairgrounds.
The great Frederick Fairgrounds.
Where the great
not just the
Frederick Fair is.
Yeah. It was a good time. We saw a lot of people. I saw Trish and we saw a lot of people. I mentioned Trish because she has a podcast and I love Trish and she's so nice. But got a picture with her and I might have already showed that in the videos. So yeah, it was a good time. And because it's one day, it was not really busy. You could get into booths and see things. The booths that were a little more crowded, we just did a loop and waited some time and then went back. And I was able to get in and see everything.
Yeah.
Which you don't always get to do when it's Maryland or New York sheep and wool. Like, it's too much. It's too much.
It's a lot.
This is not. It's pretty perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I got cast iron to do.
Yeah, I got cleaning up to do. All right. Frederick out.
What'd she say?
Bye.